Testing, testing. Hope y'all can hear me clearly. I have my headset on. If y'all cannot hear me clearly, please let me know immediately so that I'm not wasting my time saying something and then having to repeat it again. I apologize for the noise in the background. I am currently cleaning my kitchen. All right. So you might hear a lot of pots and pans banging. I need to find somewhere to put this so I can see talking. All right. I shall give this a few minutes to see if anyone comes in. Hmm. Right. I'm gonna burn something. What about that? If somebody is going to the Middle East or somewhere in Asia, is that the Middle East, y'all? I don't think it is. Well, wherever the instance comes from. Can y'all give me some? Because the fuck, I keep going to all these stores everywhere. Even on Amazon, I'm trying to order these incense and all this stuff smell like trash. All smell like trash. I want my house to smell like a Indian temple or mosque or something like that. So send me an email if y'all got the bomb incense. Because me and my husband are aficionados of incense. All right. Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. It's grounded, just grounded. Ooh, excuse me. I've been over here making smoothies all day. It's so damn good. What is this? Uh, give me 1 second. I'm trying to burn this incense. Everything is so. Okay, so like I said, I'm currently cleaning my kitchen, so I might hear a lot of pots and pans banging around. I apologize for that. Um, on here just to talk a little bit. All right, I haven't been on here in a while, where I'm just talking. Everything is always class and shit like that. And I don't want that all the time on my channel. But I was scrolling past. Um, I was scrolling past something on Instagram, and they were saying that the guy was locked up with 44 charges because he said the federal government don't have jurisdiction over him, so his charges aren't valid or whatever. And the caption was, "Whoever his mentor is need to be locked up." And I thought to myself, is it really the mentor issue, or is it the person and the person's action? So you know how a man with the Thriller sex game out there, ladies, I'm talking to you. The man with the Thriller sex game out there, he'll never talk about how thorough he is. He'll never say, "I'm gonna tear that pussy up." He'll never just, boast his game and how thorough he is. It'll never happen, right? And then he'll end up fucking the shit out of you when y'all really get together and start having sex and shit. That's the motherfucker, the one that's quiet, right? So if you are legally blocked or barred from being incarcerated, detained, or whatever, do you go around screaming it and shouting it to everybody who hears you? Do you outwardly, I don't know if that's the right word, if that's even a word, but outwardly um, just go and just murdering people in front of everybody just because the government don't have jurisdiction over them? And that's why I said I have to choose wisely of who I take on um, as students, as mentees, because just because you go to school to be a chemist, right? That don't mean what is all of these empty boxes up here? Oh, I'm so sorry. That don't. I don't forgot what I was saying. My kids piss me off, leaving all these empty boxes up on the cabinet. Hmm, sorry, I forgot what I was talking about. It'll come back. But I was saying you don't outwardly go and murder people just because the state doesn't have jurisdiction over you. Um, so I just don't. I don't know where the common sense factor is coming in. And I was saying that's why I'm very careful with who I choose to train and teach. When I gave y'all the example of the dude with the best sex game, it's because it's a good example. I don't know why he put that up there. It's a good example on knowing you have power and not need and having the need or the desire to brag about the shit. You feel me? So I say all that to say this is how you assert yourself when you switch over from being a public citizen to it don't even have to be private, just somebody that has common sense or who is knowledgeable about how you conduct yourself when you are a certain authority, when you do have certain power. It's the ones that don't have power that screams it all day long. Um, Me and my husband was having an argument before, and I was like, "Are you upset that I don't need somebody to tell me what I am?" It is a energy that a person with real power is born with. It's something that cannot be broken. It cannot be altered in any way, shape, or form. Okay, so this is not for everybody. It's not. Okay, and if you get if you have the honor or privilege to properly change your political status, and you purposely try to be a terrorizer because you can get away with it. Not only will your dumb ass not get away with it, because you don't have the financial power to fight them when they override your shit, because they will override your shit. And I've already told y'all, one of my students, one of my clients, um, was pulled over by the police. The police tried to lock her up, and she says, "You can't lock me up. I'm on a do not detain list." And they called their desk supervisor, and the desk supervisor said, "You can't lock her up. She cannot be detained." And they still locked her up. She was in there for 2 months. She was in there for 2 months, knowing that they couldn't even fucking detain her. Okay, so y'all gotta understand how serious this is. You gotta fly under the radar. People with diplomatic immunity, yeah, that's right, diplomatic immunity. You do have some very dumbass ones. That's what I'll say, dumbass. You have some dumbass ones, right? Uh, that like to go out and move their drugs through this plane to that plane. You have some dumbass ones. Yes, but for the most part, everybody else, I have family members that's political parties in other countries, and they've been on a do not detain list for I don't know 20 years because of their political standing, and I only known about it for about 13 years. You move in silence, so you got to be wise about how you move when you change your statuses. It don't matter what it is. Like in the same sense, I will tell y'all to try y'all best to not associate yourself with siren citizens. You don't want to associate yourself with siren citizens community. You don't want to associate yourself with whatever the pale skin rebel people are. I don't know what they're called. You don't want to associate yourself with the Moors. And I know a lot of the people that watch me are Moors. Okay, I'm not trying to offend y'all. I'm telling y'all to be smart. If you get offended by it, you're not ready for this life. Okay. The goal is to not be associated with any gangs, and that could be churches too, because I believe churches is the biggest gangs out there. You don't want to be um, associated with any organization that's flagged. Is what I'm saying. You just want to be an individual family leader. Your association should only be to your family, your bloodline, and your holdings. Okay. I try to give y'all information that I got from people of a certain standard. I have always, since I was a child, made sure my circle looked a certain way because I never believed that I was supposed to be low born or living in poverty. I never believed that in my life. So even as a child, at the tender age of 12, I would align myself with certain people, like city council people, mayors, lawyers, um, professors, bankers. I would just align myself with certain people just to cover my ass in case something went down. That's just how I've always been since I was a kid. So this is a lifestyle. If you're just trying to get out of getting locked up because you're moving weight and shit like that, you're gonna lose. You're gonna fail. That's the truth. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not about sugarcoating shit with none of y'all. You can either listen to me or you don't. You can either follow my lead or don't follow my lead. Okay. When it comes to this, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Okay. So it doesn't matter if you're on a do not detain list or not. If you're making a fool out of yourself, you will be treated as such. And it is not the responsibility of the person that teaches you. That's just like the professor that taught the acclaimed doctor how to be a doctor, and then this doctor we found out later was going around purposely killing people. Is that the fault of the teacher who taught him how to be a surgeon? See, if y'all just kind of use your brain just a little bit and start holding yourself responsible for your own actions, then there's a great chance that you will become victorious in everything you seek to do for yourself. And the most important thing you need to do is hold yourself accountable for your own actions. That shit is so important. Because if you always making an excuse about why, oh, I can't pay this bill because, oh, my family doesn't love me because, my boss hate me because, my kids don't want to fuck with me because they mama don't want to fuck with me. If you always got it because, if there's always somebody outside you, you will never be successful in life. You will always be a loser. You understand me? I am definitely calling you a loser to your ear right now. If you are a person that has these attributes, Storm, then you are in fact a loser. If you want to move into the status of not being a loser and being somebody that somebody want to, I forgot that word. I'm gonna fuck that word up, so I ain't gonna say it. Act like, act like, because I don't want to say the word if I'm wrong. Character is everything. The reason why I tell y'all the truth all the time, the reason why I never lie is because somebody can always come in and blackmail you or extort you and shit and say they have, do you want this to get out and all this shit. I pride myself on the fact that whatever I do dirty, I tell people up front and I always make everything public. If y'all notice, it don't matter if I am fighting with my family or my husband or my friends. All of it is on my channel. All of it. I talk about my life openly. I talk about the private stuff in my life that most people would never say. I'm very honest because I will never give anybody the opportunity to blackmail me or manipulate me. When I say this shit is a lifestyle, you have to always do it. You have to, it's a certain way you move, period. Okay. So I'm not saying, I'm not trying to judge you and say, hey, don't be a drug dealer because people who sell soda in their stores, drug dealers. Y'all can act like that shit ain't real or not if you want to, but sugar is the biggest drug in the world. I'm not telling you to be a not be a drug dealer. I'm telling you to move in silence, nigga. You know how they be saying on the rap songs, um, I'm a gangster, I move in silence, but we're actively listening to your fucking rap song talking about how you a gangster. You know, dumb shit like that. Those are the people who are not ready to take over their state. Somebody asked me, how do I determine this? It's actually not hard at all, because most of us are just not ready to do it. And that's why it's been done for us for so long and we've been being robbed because we're not ready. Ugh, we're not ready. All right, I am trying to make some body butters right now, infused with plant medicine. That's what I've been doing lately, focusing on what makes me happy. Um, at this point, me and my husband have helped so many people change the way they're living their lives that I feel like I'm actually good. Like I did what I did. I helped who I could help, and now it's time for me to enjoy my life and have fun. And the way I enjoy my life is by doing witchcraft and making medicine and making weapons. Ugh, that's what I do for fun. So I just wanted to like give y'all a heads up when y'all changing your life around for the foreseeable future to be better and secretive. Don't tell everybody your secret. Okay? Um, I think that's all I want to talk about right now. It was just that one post that I was like, ho. Don't blame that on the teacher. 42 counts of drug charges. So I don't even want to know what she was at. So be careful, be smart, be wise, be honorable, and be honest to yourself. You ain't gotta be honest to nobody else. Just never lie to yourself. Always hold yourself accountable, and everything else will work itself out. And don't let that deter you from being free. Okay, because there was a lot of slaves that got free and they got recaptured because they did dumb shit. All right, so remember that. That was a little quickie for y'all.